The Bible, a collection of sacred texts, originated thousands of years ago. Its earliest parts began as oral traditions, stories and laws passed down through generations in ancient Israel. These narratives reflected the beliefs and experiences of the Israelites, a Semitic people living in the ancient Near East. Over time, these oral traditions were written down. The first 5 books of the Bible, known as the Torah or Pentateuch, emerged from this process. They contain narratives about the creation of the world, the patriarchs Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the exodus from Egypt under Moses' leadership. These texts also include a comprehensive legal code outlining the covenant relationship between God and the Israelites. This code, encompassing moral, ethical, and ritualistic laws, served as the foundation for Israelite society and religious practice. The stories and laws within the Torah would shape the identity and faith of the Jewish people for millennia to come. Centuries passed, and the Israelites continued to produce writings that reflected their evolving understanding of God and their place in the world. Prophets delivered messages of warning and hope, poets penned hymns of praise and lament, and historians recorded the rise and fall of kings. These diverse writings, preserved on scrolls, circulated among different communities within ancient Israel. Gradually, a process of canonization began. This involved recognizing and collecting those texts considered authoritative and divinely inspired. Rabbis and scholars debated and deliberated over which writings should be included in the sacred canon. By the end of the 1st century CE, a consensus emerged, and the Hebrew Bible, known as the Tanakh, was essentially finalized. It consisted of 3 main sections: the Torah, law, the Nevi'im, prophets, and the Ketuvim, writings. This collection of sacred texts became the foundational scripture for Judaism. As the Jewish people spread throughout the Mediterranean world, coming into contact with Greek culture and language, a need arose for a translation of their scriptures. In the 3rd century BCE, in Alexandria, Egypt, a team of Jewish scholars undertook the monumental task of translating the Hebrew Bible into Greek. This translation, known as the Septuagint, became the Bible of Greek-speaking Jews throughout the diaspora. It also played a crucial role in the early development of Christianity. Early Christians, many of whom were more familiar with Greek than Hebrew, relied heavily on the Septuagint as their primary scripture. The Septuagint's influence extended beyond the Jewish community. Its elegant language and philosophical insights attracted the attention of Greek intellectuals, introducing them to Jewish thought and beliefs. This translation served as an important bridge between the Hebrew and Hellenistic worlds, facilitating cultural and religious exchange. Section 4. The Latin Vulgate, shaping the Bible for the West. As Christianity spread throughout the Roman Empire, the need for a Latin translation of the Bible became increasingly apparent. In the 4th century CE, Pope Damasus I commissioned Jerome, a renowned biblical scholar, to produce a standard Latin version of the Scriptures. Jerome's translation, known as the Vulgate, became the official Bible of the Western Church for centuries. He worked diligently, consulting Hebrew and Greek texts, striving for accuracy and clarity. The Vulgate's impact on Western culture and religious life was profound. It became the source text for countless sermons, hymns, and works of art. The Latin language of the Vulgate permeated religious thought and practice, shaping the liturgy, theology, and literature of the medieval world. Even as vernacular languages emerged, the Vulgate's influence continued, leaving an indelible mark on Western civilization. Section 5. Gutenberg's Revolution, the Bible in the Printing Age. For over 1,000 years, the Bible was primarily copied by hand, a laborious and time-consuming process. This limited its availability and restricted access to a privileged few. However, the invention of the printing press in the 15th century by Johannes Gutenberg revolutionized the way books were produced, including the Bible. Gutenberg's printing press allowed for the mass production of books at a scale never before imagined. The first major work printed was the Gutenberg Bible, a Latin Vulgate edition completed around 1455. This innovation had a profound impact on the dissemination of the Bible. Printed Bibles became more affordable and accessible, allowing people from all walks of life to own and read the scriptures in their own homes. The printing press broke down geographical barriers, enabling the Bible's message to reach a wider audience than ever before. Section 6. Reformation and Translation, the Bible in Common Tongues. The 16th century witnessed a dramatic upheaval in the Christian world with the Protestant Reformation. Reformers like Martin Luther and John Calvin challenged the authority of the Catholic Church and emphasized the importance of Scripture as the sole source of religious authority. Central to this movement was the belief that the Bible should be accessible to all, not just the clergy. This led to an explosion of Bible translations into vernacular languages. Luther himself translated the Bible into German, while William Tyndale produced an English translation that formed the basis for later versions. These translations made the Bible accessible to ordinary people, allowing them to engage directly with the Scriptures in their own language. The Reformation's emphasis on Scripture fueled literacy rates and spurred the development of printing technology. The Bible, once confined to monasteries and cathedrals, became a book found in homes and schools, shaping the religious and cultural landscape of Europe.